In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, temptation. It's anything that pulls us away from what is good. No matter who you are, young or old, nobody is free from temptation while we're alive. So, here are two important things to know about temptation. First, temptations can be small, like, should I eat that whole bag of chips? But some are bigger and can ruin our peace, relationships, family, health, career, or even our lives. Second, temptations pull us away from what is good, loving, or helpful. Sometimes we focus too much on the bad stuff that's tempting us and not enough on the good things we're losing by giving in. Here are 10 tips that can help us deal with temptations. Tip 1, know your enemy. When we think of temptation, we usually think of things like food, laziness, gossip, anger, or wanting things others have. But there are also sneaky ones like negativity, judgment, envy, doubt, and self-pity. Knowing your enemy is the first step to fighting it. Tip 2, know your triggers. What sets off your temptations? Is it a person, a place, or a feeling like boredom or loneliness? Most of our triggers come from one thing, that small device in our pockets. Know what triggers you, avoid them if you can, and have a plan for when you can't. Tip 3, stop it at the door. Temptation doesn't get tired. It waits for the right moment to strike. It starts with a thought, then our mind entertains it, then it starts to feel good, and finally we give in. The trick is to stop it before it goes too far. Make your stand early because it's hard to stop once it's inside. Tip 4, temptation will pass. Remember, temptation doesn't last forever. There's a saying, if you keep ignoring it, it'll eventually leave. Next time you're struggling, set a timer for 23 minutes and do something else. You'll see, it'll pass. Tip 5, surrender to something bigger. The best way to fight temptation is not with your own strength, but by surrendering to something bigger. If you're feeling out of control, think of it like a puppy that's running wild. When you place that puppy in the arms of someone calm, it relaxes. Take a deep breath and surrender your will to a higher power. You'll find peace there. Temptations make us stronger. Temptations teach us a lot about ourselves. They show us what's broken inside and where we need to grow. And with growth comes strength. At first, we can only handle small temptations, but over time, we get stronger, even strong enough to help others. Think of each temptation as a chance to build strength. They also keep us humble. Sometimes we think we're the best, but temptations remind us that we're not perfect. Every time we beat a temptation, we feel stronger and more confident. Remember how you feel after giving in? Now think about how great it feels to resist and win. The best people are the ones who face their problems and come out on top. No one becomes great by avoiding challenges. Look at each temptation as a step to rise higher. Tip 7, get to the root of the problem. We often focus on whether we're resisting temptation or giving in, but we don't always look at the root cause. What's really behind the temptation? It could be unresolved feelings, family issues, fear, loneliness, or maybe just having too much free time. For many, it's about finding real purpose. Dig deep to find the root of your temptation, and don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. Tip 8, be patient. We'll never be completely free of temptation, at least not in this life, but over time, with patience, we can get better at handling them. It won't happen overnight, so just take it one step at a time. Get through the next 23 minutes, then the next hour, and then the next day. Think of it like exercise. You don't get strong in one day, but by showing up every day. Tip 9, don't run away. Running from temptation might help for a little while, but we'll eventually face it again. It's better to face it head on. Temptation often comes from a lack of confidence, not just in our own strength, but in the strength we get from something bigger than ourselves. Next time you're struggling, imagine standing face to face with the temptation. Take control and don't let it win. Use your strength and the strength that comes from a higher power. Tip 10, be kind to yourself when you fall. We're all gonna mess up sometimes. When we do, don't be hard on yourself. Worry, fear, and anxiety are just more temptations trying to keep you down. Instead, pick yourself up and keep going. When you're feeling low, there are two voices. One voice kicks you while you're down and tells you how bad you are. The other voice is kind, forgiving, and says, "Come on, I'm with you. Let's do this together." Always listen to the second voice. Temptation is anything that pulls us away from what is good, true, loving, or life-giving. And these things are what we call God. Don't forget to subscribe to Spirit of Sword. Like the video, share it, and definitely express your opinions in the comments section.